Sleep is often being described in a negative connotation. We often hear a public saying like a public policy is in slumber, economic growth is in slumber, etc. But does a pause in a life really that much negative? It is answer is certainly no. In fact, sleep is important for both psychological and physiological well-being of a human life. I came across a very nice book by Matthew Walker. He is a doctor, but he is more interested in research and he is a scientist. And when I search about various books about sleep, there are very few books, and this book is one of the important keystone. This is why we sleep by this person. He gave very detailed account about sleep. Being a sleep scientist, it is worthy to read and to listen him. Sleep is not an absence of wakefulness. It is a complex metabolic process with a natural significance. Our brain and overall body gets restored because of it. It it consolidates our memory. That's why a popular saying that we should sleep after a learning. Sleep creates generates a creativity. It provides a vast neurological connection within our brain. It makes a balance of dose. What is dose? Dose means dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. These are four important key neurochemicals for happiness in our life. Another important some important features of sleep is sleep boost immunity. Sleep acts as a cure in depression and anxiety disorder. Sleep and body has a close relation. A sleep deficit affects our organ system. Example, we get cardiovascular diseases. Chances of likelihood of it increases, diabetes, obesity, and even it decreases our libido. So there is a close relation between sleep and dream, and one of the most important pioneer in psychology, Mr. Sigmund Freud, has highly dealt in it. He and his follower developed a psychodynamic therapy. Psychodynamic therapy has signified dream as a tool of psychodynamic questioning in finding the root cause of various mental disorders. Dream is important part of REM sleep. REM stand for a rapid eye movement. But REM and non-REM sleep schedule cycle is also important. A balance between that is also important. Sleep pills uh, is an emergency medicine, but it should not be considered as a panacea. One should consider a psychologist, psychotherapist if one has a chronic sleep deficit. A psychologist can go in depth about a root cause of insomnia. A psychological schedule should be structured, and psychotherapy and psychiatrist suggested medicine should be considered with care. Over the counter medicine and irregular medication should be avoided because sleep and body has immense connection, and one should not be careless about it. Why this happens, why we get insomnia? The main cause of insomnia is our flight and fight response and a constant worry, which result in fight and flight response. It increases our overall it not increases, it disturb our metabolism, and finally insomnia gets, and insomnia has a vicious cycle. Insomnia again affect our mental health, and then mental health again results in insomnia. This is a vicious cycle. So what are other obstacles in sleep? This is a chronic worry is a main obstacle. What are other obstacles? Electric light in a modern day is highly influenced by um, electronic gadget and photo pollution, light pollution. It is one of the cause. Excessive caffeine, lack of physical workout. Physical workout makes a balance in us. circadian rhythm of our body. Our body has an inner clock that get managed by workout. LED light has negative impact on sleep cycle. A general ambience and temperature of a room, that is also important. Another thing is not maintaining sleep hygiene, using a smartphone while sleep, and attention to every pop-up on smartphone. That's a thing in modern life, is a highlighted thing. So what is the way out one should consider? For chronic sleep disorder, there is a highly needful attention is necessary, and cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the key element. In cognitive behavioral therapy, a therapist can find a solution and give homework for a person who has insomnia. CBT has been proved to be highly useful, and it is a evidence-based therapy. Evidence means it has some concrete evidence that has found in patient, so that therapy is highly useful. For general people with general sleep deficit, there are some rules, and Matthew Walker has given these rules, and these rules are generally practical and common sense based. First of all, stick to a schedule, then do a regular workout, avoid caffeine, and especially avoid caffeine after noon. Avoid heavy dinner, avoid alcoholic drink. uh, Matthew Walker has highly dealt with this aspect in his book. See whether your afternoon nap, some people call it as a power nap, reduces your sleep pressure at night. It changes as person to person. Sleep is actually like a fingerprint. Every person has a different pattern, so one has to consider according to himself or herself. Use relaxation techniques, breathing exercise, yoga, meditation, tai chi. Mindfulness meditation is especially helpful for insomnia, because when a person who get easily disturbed by external noise or some intrusive thought or emotional disturbance, a mindful meditation get do repair these in a long term. My mindful meditation effects will not get evident in a short term, so one has to keep patience for it. Relaxation techniques like progressive muscle relaxation is also useful. And another one thing is make a good sleep ambience, means you should be happy about your room in which you are sleeping. You should keep windows open, allow maximum fresh air. In daylight, allow maximum sun exposure. Do outside work as much as possible. And lastly, don't do daydreaming and night thinking. This is one of the anxiety disorders signature component. So what I am calling is these all solution. These are about 12 general solution. This is a sleep engineering. So treating insomnia is a challenging and long-term process, but thankfully there is a way out, and one has to work according to him or her challenges. And for a chronic issue, one has to consider a expert advice. Thank you for watching this video.